What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Board Games Are For Everybody, where today we're going to be doing an unboxing for Bloodborne, the board game. A game by Michael Chanel and Eric M. Lang. Official Sony licensed product, published by Come On, whose I don't know what their actual abbreviation stands for. Might be in the copyrights on the back. We'll have to check that out. A little history about my experience with Bloodborne, the video game. It's a game that I've come to appreciate a lot more recently. I've always been a big fan of the Dark Souls games, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't get into Bloodborne. And it still always amazes me that they basically went from Dark Souls 1 to making Bloodborne, even though it came out after Dark Souls 2. It's crazy that Bloodborne is what they went to work on after Dark Souls 1, because it's such a shift from Dark Souls that I don't know. This is not a video game discussion, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite of the Soulsborne games. Bloodborne is probably one of the best ones as far as mechanics go and stuff like that. It's pretty hard to beat the game. However, I've never been huge on the gothic aesthetics. I prefer the medieval stuff. However, moving on to my experience with Bloodborne, the board game, I don't have one. I don't have any experience with the board game at all. I always avoided it because I was under the impression that it played like the Dark Souls board game did, and I always heard not great things about the Dark Souls board game. Clunky combat and relatively just unfair gameplay in general. And I was always under the impression that Bloodborne played the same way, so I never really looked into Bloodborne. But after seeing some people posting it on Instagram and looking into it a bit myself, it doesn't look like it plays like the Dark Souls board game at all. In fact, it actually looks a lot more like Cthulhu Death May Die, which makes sense because it was published by the same people. Now, what I've heard from the game pretty much is that it's not quite like Cthulhu Death May Die. You're not going around, not that you're not doing the battles and stuff. I don't know how the game actually plays, but a lot of people have said it's a lot more puzzly. It's more like you're trying to figure out a puzzle on how you can complete stuff, opposed to the way Cthulhu Death May Die plays. So I was interested and I wanted to try it out. I also know that there are far too many expansions for this game. Someday we might get some of them. Someday we might get all of them. Who knows? If I really enjoy the game, maybe we'll end up with all of them. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at this. I think that's enough rambling about my history of Bloodborne and the video game and the board game and all that nonsense. So we've got some miniatures and stuff in here, which is cool. I am a fan of miniatures. Let's just go. Is this gonna show too much glare? A little bit on the bottom, but not too bad. Bloodborne, the board game, a game by Michael Chanel and Eric M. Lang. Development by Leo Almeida and Fabio Curry. Welcome home, good hunter. The blood moon rises into the night sky, pushing the city of Yharnam into madness and chaos. Hunters are tasked with the cleansing. Hunters are tasked with cleansing the infected victims of the beast plague on this night of the hunt. Should they tarry? Does that say tarry? Should they tarry or fail their task, Yharnam will succumb to insanity and death. The moon is close. It will be a long hunt. And then it shows all of our different miniatures that we're going to be going through. Looks like we have 4 different hunters, because you can have 4 people playing at the same time. Looks like we've got the saw cleaver hunter with just the hunter gear. Looks like we have some church garb with Ludwig's holy blade. We got the axe. We got the threaded cane. Not quite sure what armor they're wearing. We've got some wolves. We got some of our just generic beasts down here. I can't remember what they're called. We have some of our church servants here. We got some of the guys with the bricks that try and brick you. We have our villagers here. We've got 4 of the giant church guys whose names I don't remember. Looks like we have Amelia, the blood-starved beast, and the... what was your name? The cleric beast. And this might be Gascoigne up here. Beast Gascoigne. I can never pronounce his name. This might be normal. This looks like normal Gascoigne, and then Beast Gascoigne. So, handful of bosses at least. That's nice. That's what, 5 bosses in there? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 bosses, which is pretty good for variety, and also a lot of different enemies as well. Bloodborne the Board Game is a dark and challenging cooperative game where 1 to 4 hunters must explore the city of Yharnam, playing through 4 unique campaigns and fighting their way through beasts and monsters to survive the night. During the course of the campaign, hunters will uncover a unique story as they grow in skill and power, overcoming the multitude of foes that stand in their way. This game is based off the award-winning Bloodborne video game by Sony Interactive Entertainment and features fast-paced, decision-driven combat and horrific monsters brought to life with amazing miniatures. We'll see. We'll see if they're amazing miniatures. We'll see. Components: 37 miniatures, 4 counter bases, 1 hunt board, 20 map tiles, 4 hunter dashboards, 4 trick weapon dashboards. That's cool, I guess, because you can switch between your normal and your trick weapon, so that would be cool. 11 firearm cards, 108 stat cards, 61 consumable and reward cards, 75 enemy and boss cards, 250 campaign cards. This is a lot of cards. 4 player aid cards, 109 tokens, and 1 rulebook. Does it have their full thing on the back here for come on, or is it just all come on? Looks like it's all just come on. It doesn't have their full name. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm not 100% sure what their full name is. Anyway, let's open this up. Let's see what we got in the box here. Now that we've gone through all the text. That was surprisingly easy to get into. Usually I have a lot more trouble with these things. Okay. Let's get into... This is a really big box. I don't know if it shows particularly well on the... I don't know if it shows particularly well on the camera, but this is a big box. Oh, okay. Put that back here. Okay, I love this side art here. That's really cool. We got the hunter in Yharnam with a wolf. Do the other ones have... The other ones all have different art. That's really cool. This looks like the cleric beast here. Hunter up against the cleric beast. We've got the... what's this? The courtyard down at the bottom of the stairs from Amelia there. And then we have the blood-starved beast on the 4th side here. We've got our rulebook. Just like Death May Die, this is quite the hefty rulebook. I'm sure there are a lot of rules. 27 pages, although this seems like glossary. Progressing the campaign. Yeah, no, this is still all rules, so 25. 25 pages. This will be fun to go through, but it will be gone through our rulebook. Let's start off with all of our punch sheets here, at least some of them. Was those? Oh no, that's different stuff. Okay, so we've got what appears to be health counters in 1, 3, 5, and 10. We have some insight tokens, just regular insight tokens. We've got these lantern tokens here, which probably mean you can't visit a lantern, possibly. Don't know how they do the lanterns in this game. We've got, I guess these are just items that you can pick up from dead enemies. We have a bunch of the chick who gives you her blood. I don't remember her name. The umbilical cord chick. I don't remember what her name is. We have a bunch of hunter tokens here. We have a smaller hunter token here. We have a bunch of NPCs. We've got Eileen the Crow. We have Yosefka. We have Henrik. We have Jura, Alfred, Bloody Crow, and Jura's ally. Oh, well, I don't know why they wouldn't put Jura and Jura's ally beside each other. Odd. We have a bunch of chests down here. We have some madness tokens, or frenzy tokens, I guess would be what it is in this game. I'm thinking of Elden Ring with the madness. We have frenzy tokens. These are likely poison tokens or toxic tokens. Not sure what these ones are. It might just be cuts, but I'm sure they have some purpose. It's possibly a fog wall for the boss. Fog wall token, maybe. Put these face down over here so that we can get them all back in the same order. Oh, these are... I'm going to try and do these all together because I think at the bottom of this we had our... Oh no, we didn't. They're all map pieces. Okay, that's fine. I thought at the bottom we had our character stuff, but it turns out that was not the case. Okay, so we have a bunch of map pieces. We've got the Church of the Good Chalice, which is where you fight the blood-starved beast. And looks like it's got a lantern in there, as well as two treasures. We have the Odeon Chapel, which I believe... No, the Grand Cathedral is where you verse Amelia. Who's in the Odeon Chapel? Oh no, the chapel might be just a resting spot. It may not be a boss one. Although the other ones seem to be boss ones, so it might be. I could be just not remembering. It's not the Cleric Beast. The Cleric Beast is on the bridge, and it's not Gascoigne, as he's before the Odeon Chapel. So I think the Odeon Chapel might be the safe area, but I think that's the Church of Healing. Anywho, those are the four that we have for that one there. On the back, just the hunter. Oh, yeah, I should have seen that coming. Gonna try and keep these in the punch outs for as long as possible until I actually start playing, in which case I will have to organize all of them. Okay. We've got another set here. I will not lie, it really bothers me that this is sideways and not flush with the other ones, the way all the text is. But we've got the alleyway here. We've got the graveyard, which the graveyard could possibly be where Gascoigne's fight is usually. We have the courtyard lamp. And then we've got just another tile over here with what appears to be a slug and the chest up in the top left there. Ooh. These are very, very loosely in there. I think Cthulhu Death May Die was the same. It was very loose. We've got the Great Bridge. That would be where the Cleric Beast fight normally is. We've got the central lamp. We have the Tomb of Oedon, which is likely the Gascoigne fight, or where the Gascoigne fight would normally take place in the game anyway. The Tomb of Oedon sounds more familiar. Then we have another one down here just with a Beast Claw, which I'm going to take a guess and say is where you place enemies. And then we got another treasure there. We've got the occupied house, the ransacked house. We have Yosefka's clinic, which makes sense. Possibly we can send NPCs there to her to get some stuff. And then we have just another slug and beast claw tile here. And our final one, it looks like, we've got the barred window, which is either going to be the place where you would normally get the flame spreader, flamethrower, whatever it's called in the game, or it's the area where the girl, Gascoigne's daughter, is. It might be that one there, the barred window, but I think it might be the flame one, but who knows? We'll see if that stuff's even in the game at all. And then we just have 3 regular tiles with different stuff on them. Beast claws, treasures, slugs. Whatever this one is. I don't know what that one is, but I'm sure we'll find out. Okay, so it looks like that's all of our tiles. Let's go into the next thing here. We got a sheet, which is just, well, it's just kind of a, almost like a Bristol, not Bristol board, that's the wrong, it's a bit more glossy. It's like a gloss paper kind of thing, but it's, it doesn't feel particularly, you know, sturdy. It feels thin, but durable enough, I guess. Durable enough, but it looks like this is our enemies, which I guess is what the different symbols are for, depending on what enemies you draw for the chapter and your upgrades in the Hunter Dream. But depending on what enemies you draw for the chapter, likely, those would be the spaces on the board where the enemy would be placed for the corresponding spaces. Bloodborne, the board game. Okay, now we have our big box, which presumably is all of our miniatures, which I now need to try and get out of here without possibly messing it all up. Oh, all the cards are in the bottom. Okay, well, I guess we're going with the cards first, since we flipped it over and they're all here, nicely laid out for us. I'm not going to quite open these up all yet. I don't want to do much, but it looks like we have Secrets of the Church. So these are likely all the different, yeah, the Long Hunt introduction. These are likely all the different scenarios that we can do. Growing Madness. And then the Fall of Old Yarnum. So it looks like these are all of the different campaign stories. I'm sure there is a proper order to them. You can probably also play them in any order that you want, though I'm sure that there is a proper order to play them in if you're doing the campaign. Looks like we've got our hunter weapons here. I'm definitely curious to see which of these, oh, we also have the Cleric Beast, so some bosses back here it looks like, and some weapons. I'm curious to see which weapons they end up using. This is the repeating pistol. Typically, beginning of the game, you have a choice between the hunter pistol and the blunderbuss, so I'll be interested to see which of the weapons that they end up actually putting in the game. And then we have the Cleric Beast Phase 2 here, so probably some boss cards in here as well. We've got enemy action cards. Quick Bite. I'm sure they could bite quickly. Enemy action cards. We've got, looks like these are defenses, block 2 damage, so these are probably just our hunter cards, whatever the correct way for this is. Yeah, this is the right way. Our hunter cards, and we have some more here as well. So these are probably similar vein to, I would guess, like a Gloomhaven situation where you have cards you can play in order to attack or prevent damage, stuff like that, is what I would guess, but I don't know for sure. We've got some item cards, it looks like. We have Iosefka's Blood here. Iosefka's Blood Vial. And then we have our Carol Rune. We have the Eye Rune on the back here. So it looks like items, runes, stuff like that are in that pack there. And then we got our consumables in this deck here, on the back being the Bone Marrow Ash, which Hunter turn, refresh 1 reward card. Now in the game, the Bone Marrow Ash would increase the damage of your firearm, but it seems it would do something different in this game. And here, looks like we have all of our character cards. So we have the Bloody Crow of Cainhurst on the back here, which means possibly, if this guy's here, could be that we're able to do the entirety of Eileen's quest that would normally be in the game. That could be interesting. And then we got our player aids on the back here. I might open up this one and look through this one just because it's character cards. I think that one might at least be worth taking a look at. Let's see if I can get it open here without damaging things. Don't use your teeth to open things. Jeez. The regular warning that we haven't done in a while because I haven't really been doing any unboxings, but we've just got to remember, don't use your teeth to open things. If I can, I still can't get it open. I did get a hole in there. I can't get a good grip on it to get it open here. Also trying not to bite the cards. Well, maybe we won't be getting this open. It's oh no, here we go. I understand why they wrap them so tight, but at least give me a way to open it up easier. Okay, so we've got the Bloody Crow of Cainhurst. We have Old Hunter Henrik. We have Yosefka. We have Eileen the Crow. We have Jura's Ally. We have Alfred, Hunter of the Vile Bloods. We have Old Hunter Jura. We have the Church Giant. You just called it a Church Giant? Really? I couldn't figure out Church Giant. Well, I did say Giant Church Guy. That's pretty close, right? Female Beast Patient. Oh, they're just Beast Patients, right. Male Beast Patients. Church Servant, that's what they're called. Scourge Beast, I didn't know that was what the werewolves were called. I guess I know that now. The Huntsman's Minion. Do we have a Huntsman? And the Hunter Mob. And then we just have our player aids here. So that's everything that was in that pack there. All of our enemies, it looks like, is what was in that, which means our player cards are likely in with the boss cards here. Speaking of which, we also have our character cards. We have Ludwig's Holy Blade. We definitely got that one right. After attacking with Combo Slash, may transform weapon for free. Let's put these just on the side here, I suppose. We've got the Hunter Axe. On kill, deal 2 damage to one enemy within one space. We've got the Threaded Cane. When you dodge, deal 1 damage to all enemies within one space. And we've got the Saw Cleaver. On kill, draw 1 and heal 1. What are these? Oh, our Hunter Dashboards. We've also got Hunter Dashboards. So our health, the amount of blood echoes we have, the firearm, and our trick weapon board. So just 4 of those. I guess all players start with 6 HP or only have 6 HP. Suppose that could also be another option. I'm trying to figure out where I can put this. Well, we kind of have some stuff off the frame anyway, so we'll put them in the back there. And that just leaves us with our miniatures, which we are going to open up the proper way here. Bloodborne the board game. Welcome home, good hunter. Free digital content. Get it here. Sure. I'll have to check that out afterwards. I'm going to have to... I can't use my phone right now. So we'll have to see. We'll scan the QR code and see what that's all about. But let's see what we got as far as our miniatures go here. This is probably the thing everyone is most excited to see from this box. Because who doesn't like miniatures? Let me tell you, miniatures are something I have grown to appreciate much more as I've been going through the game. So we have some on the top here, so let's start with those. Starting off with Tiny Gascoigne. This is human form, or less beast form anyway, Gascoigne. And we've also got full-size Beast Gascoigne here. Full beast is what I meant. Wonder if that means you can get the music box. In the game, the music box allows you to stun him, so that would be kind of cool. We've got the male beast patients here. We've got the female beast patients here. And then we have all of our player characters, which are a brown instead of a gray. We have Ludwig's Holy Blade here with our church garb. That was there. We have our, if I can get it out, our hunter axe. Got a little lantern on their belt there. Perhaps someday we'll actually start painting miniatures. We have a bunch of them at this point. We've got our threaded cane. Do they have the cannon? They do have the cannon. That's great. I use the cannon in the game. Consumes so many bullets, but I sure do like that cannon. Deals a lot of damage when you have your blood tinge up. And finally, we have our saw cleaver. Just in the normal hunter gear, since this is the poster character for the game. The saw cleaver with the hunter gear. We've just got our bases off on the side here for our characters, depending on who's playing who. That is everything for that. There's a third set of plastic here, apparently. Oh no, just a second one. Starting at the top, we have our werewolves here, whose names I have already forgotten. Something Scourge beasts, perhaps. We've got our church servants. We've got our bricklayers. I forgot their name as well. Something minions. Hunter minions. We've got our villagers here, our mob. What else do we got here? We'll come down to here. We'll do those bosses last. Oh, I pulled one up. I guess I should have gone from the left. I guess I'm going to have to go from the left. I've messed this all up now. From the left, those axes got in the way. We have our church giants. And last but not least, we have our bosses. Starting off with the blood-starved beast here. Blood-starved? I think it's the blood-starved beast. Could be wrong. I always get it is the blood-starved beast. The other one in the Chalice dungeon is the bloodletting beast. Just very similar names. I guess they're all after some blood though. We've got Vicar Amelia, which this is a great miniature. I really like this. This looks really good. And last but not least, we have the Cleric Beast. This is also great. This is huge. We got the Cleric Beast. And that is it for the miniatures. That is it for everything in general in the game here. So I guess that's our unboxing video done. So thank you guys very much for stopping by. If you have played Bloodborne, the board game, let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Do you think I'm going to like it? Do you like it? If seeing this unboxing has made you want to check it out for yourself, let me know that down below too. It's always interesting to see what kind of games people end up checking out based on what we take a look at on the channel here. If you're over on Instagram, you can follow us at the Board Games Are For Everybody Instagram page. We just post games that we're playing as well as pick up games that we pick up outside of the videos here on YouTube. My cat is terrorizing around the house. I apologize for that. You can follow us over on Instagram at the Board Games Are For Everybody Instagram page. And yeah, that's about it. This looks really impressive. I'm very much so looking forward to playing this. I'm gonna have to get through that rule book, but outside of that, Cat, what are you doing? It looks quite interesting. I'm excited to get into it. So thank you guys very much for stopping by. Hopefully I will see you all next time. Until then though, just remember that board games are for everybody. And until then, peace.